Welcome back to LEGO Wars and our Champions miniseries finale. Our 4 international champs have all been sent packing by a mix of last year's high flyers and surprise package rookies, but now it's the turn of our main series champions to fight these upstart challengers for the LEGO Wars Champions title. Let's see how they'll line up tonight. We'll begin with the current All-Stars champion Shatar out for revenge against the first Wars champs Panic Attack, followed by the Series 2 winners Waddledee against Orby Blade. Live Scene Machine Brick Asley is up next facing the third Wars champs Agro Wobber, and will end this first round with the reigning champs Tantrum against the underdogs Cowtools. With the lineup set, let's move over to Sam and get on with the fighting.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Panic Attack then, the first LEGO Wars champion, taking on Shatar, who have kind of come through the ranks as an incredibly effective robot over the last couple of series, hasn't it? It's really established itself as a bit of a mainstayer at the top table of LEGO Wars. Meanwhile, Panic Attack have not won a competition since taking that very first title in LEGO Wars, of course, the LEGO Wars Series 1 Championship. So far, blow to blow, Panic Attack and Shatar. Shatar getting the axe in the lifter mech. Can they cause any major internal damage? Well, so far, it's Shatar who I'd say is probably on top here, although Panic Attack is absolutely in the fight. Panic Attack, so well controlled. That's what got it its first title. That's what got it to be in this position here. Shatar, oh, well, a little brief nudge of the pit button, and it's kind of gone down there, but not quite to the degree that Panic Attack would have liked. Panic Attack presses the remainder of the pit button down. There it goes. The pit has descended fully now. We can fit one of these robots in it, maybe. A good push by Panic Attack, maybe. Oh, and Shatar escapes. Shatar's axe comes swinging down over and over again. Panic Attack, as the fight's gone on, has definitely warmed up in this fight, hasn't it? It's definitely turned the tide. Early on it was all Shatar, but now it's kind of settling down. It's a bit even between the two. The experience and the control of Panic Attack has shown. Shatar, though, so effective. We've seen how good it is over the last couple of competitions. It did so well. Of course, if we remember back to win the All-Stars competition, Panic Attack will be very conscious of that. They are a champion in their own right, but they have managed to break off one of those front forks, and that could be key for how Shatar is able to control this fight. So far, Panic Attack has definitely turned the tide, but will it be able to turn the tide enough to get a good positive result with the judges? They are definitely kind of the one pressing and harassing Shatar now, although Shatar is still able to get in underneath several times. Down comes the axe once again. This is a really good tactical drivers fight between these two. We love to see those kind of fights. It's not all about wanton destruction, it's also about how skilled the driver is. And there goes the other fork look of Shatar. Will that be crucial? They'll struggle to get in underneath Panic Attack as much. Now look, Panic Attack using those forks to get in underneath Shatar themselves, and it is going to go to a judge's decision. I thought it might be close to the full 3 minutes, and indeed it is. 5 seconds remain between a Shatar who started stronger than Panic Attack, who finished the fight, I think, just about on top. Over to the judges between these two absolute legends. A good tactical fight between two legends of different eras of LEGO Wars here. Shatar starting the stronger, getting in underneath Panic Attack more often than not, and using the axe on the top of the yellow robot very well. Panic Attack did come into the fight more as it went on, though. They used the lifting forks effectively, lifting Shatar off the floor, broke off the 2 front wedges, and ended the fight, I think, stronger of the 2.
And the winner, by split decision, is Shatar. A nail-biting start to our finale as Shatar scrapes through to continue their perfect record this year. They're destined for a rematch in the next round, so let's see if it will be Orby or Waddledee moving on.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Waddledee Meta then, the second series champion. Will they fare better than the first series champion? They've probably got, on paper, maybe a tougher opponent in Orby Blade, who snaps off the sword of Waddledee Meta immediately, and that is going to cause all kinds of carnage internally. But look, The weapon of Orby Blade has stopped and has been stopped still here. Waddle-Dee Meta spins up to speed but is pushed back into the wall by Orby Blade, who aren't spinning that weapon, and I wonder if that initial impact on the rear of Waddle-Dee has broken the weapon of Orby Blade here. They've gone for the pit. That confirms it to me. I think their weapon has stopped functioning. So, how does the fight go now? How good of a control bot are you, Orby Blade? Waddle-Dee Meta, of course, series champions in Series 2. They beat Atlas to the title. Orby Blade yet to win a title, but it's only their, second competition really, isn't it? Their second main series will be later on in the year. Orby Blade, of course, finishing third in its first appearance in LEGO Wars, which is quite an achievement, it has to be said, to get all the way to the top 3. Very impressive. Waddle-Dee nudged back towards the pit, but escape there. What could Orby Blade do? That weapon of Waddle-Dee, by the way, is also struggling, isn't it? There's not a real churning through the gears that you'd expect from the spinner of Waddle-Dee, and at the moment I'd say of the two of them, the better control bot is Orby Blade, isn't it? They have that wedge at the rear, they can kind of box Waddle-Dee in and nudge them slowly, inexorably towards that pit. Waddle-Dee trying to get that weapon up to speed again, doesn't get it. Well, what can Waddle-Dee Meta do here? They kind of are caught between the rock and a hard place, aren't they? Waddle-Dee Meta, the established veteran of LEGO Wars, slowly pushed towards the pit and down it. Orby Blade capitalising without a weapon to go through to the next round. In another clash of new blood and old hand, we saw the new blood come out on top there, although it wasn't without difficulties for Orby Blade. The weapon breaking immediately didn't exactly help them, but as the fight wore on, we saw that Waddle-Dee was also struggling with their own weapon, and Orby Blade, the better control bot, pushed Waddle-Dee down the pit.
A tamer fight than we were expecting from two destructive machines, but Orby finishes the job to set up a rematch from Series 4 in the semis. Now it's Wobber's chance to turn the tide for the champions against Brick Asley.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Agro, Wobber and Brick Asley then face to face in our third fight of the night, our third champion, taking on last week's winner in Brick Asley, who were superb, it has to be said. Mistime flip there though, and Agro Wobber comes straight in on the attack. The Series 3 LEGO Wars champion are no slouches. They didn't have the best of times last series, but they need to have a good run if they want to continue this form here, and they've got a tough opponent in Brick Asley, who were superb last week, if you remember correctly. Didn't seem to have the best of times in All-Stars, did they? They got beaten by Mecha Bowser in some style. Their face was removed, and that really cost them in that fight, but Brick Asley is not a big spinner. They will be confident of trying to take them on. Pit Bun hit once, twice, 3 times. A charm. There is Brick Asley. Trying to get to the side of Agro Wobber. Can they capitalise here? Agro Wobber, that front plough, very low to the ground, but Brick Asley also has those little forks at the front. They'll be keen to try and turn Agro Wobber upside down and possibly get a victory like that. Good flip from Brick Asley, but Agro Wobber responds by pushing back against Brick Asley, who have stopped on the middle of the floor. Are they okay? Yes, they're fine. They're still rocking and rolling. Brick Asley lifts Agro Wobber up. Agro Wobber doesn't look too happy, does it? Looks a little bit disjointed maybe, and Brick Asley here doing a decent job so far of putting the former champions under pressure, the newcomers. They're having a pretty decent time of things in LEGO Wars champions so far. 2 champions already defeated. Will a third follow? Great flip from Brick Asley, and down the pit goes Agro Wobber. What a turnaround, and what a great attack from Brick Asley. 3 fights in, 3 champions fall. Brick Asley with another upset, initially struggling with that mistimed flip, and Agro Wobber showing their experience and good timing there, but as the fight wore on, Agro Wobber didn't really seem itself, looked a bit disjointed. Brick Asley got into the fight, and the manoeuvre at the end here, wait for this, superb. 1 flip, down the pit, job done.
Wobber's wayward form from All-Stars continues as Brick Asley makes it 3 challenges in the final 4. It's up to our current series champs Tantrum to prevent a complete rout against the rookies' Cowtles.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
So any hopes then of a champion going through to the second round of the LEGO Wars Champions Final rests with Tantrum, our Series 4 champion, of course beating Kraken in the final, and so far Cowtools has ripped off the rear armour of Tantrum. Look at this! What an upset this would be. The other three you can kind of understand because, you know, the robots improve over time, they evolve. Tantrum is the current series champion of LEGO Wars, and Cowtools is a newcomer to the series. This is a massive shock, and so far it's looking all Cowtools, and the weapon belt, I think, there has snapped on Tantrum. That is not a good position to be in, but it's also not a good position to be in here for Cowtools. They are stuck by the pit. How do they get away from there? Mini Milk trying to go face to face with Tantrum. Cowtools, meanwhile, is stuck by the pit. Can they maneuver themselves gently out of that corner? They're struggling to do so at the moment. They have achieved that goal. They are out of the corner, but Tantrum pushes back in. The control aspect of Tantrum is so important and effective as well. You have to remember they are LEGO Wars champions. They are no slouches, but at the moment they are up against it because they have been absolutely trashed by Cowtools and Mini Milk. Mini Milk sitting in the corner, staying out of the way for the big daddy robot Cowtools to do the damage. Tantrum back in on the attack, and a good impact there on the rear wheel by Cowtools, and again they hit the same wheel twice. Great control by Cowtools, and off comes one of the wheels of Tantrum. Are we going to see all four champions here fall by the wayside? Tantrum will certainly hope they can turn the fight around, but at the moment it is all Cowtools. They are on top against the series champions. Who would have thought at this stage of the competition we might have all four champions fall by the wayside? Off comes one of the eyes of Tantrum. Mini Milk back on the attack. Good sweeping motion again by Cowtools. They are up against it, aren't they, Tantrum here? The champions of LEGO Wars. They are pushed back by the mini-bot Mini Milk. Cowtools sits in the centre of the arena. They stand off, letting Mini Milk deal with Tantrum. They are in underneath Tantrum. They are proper wedged in there, aren't they? That weapon of Tantrum, it is inactive. We've seen that already. The weapon chain broken at the bottom of your picture there on the floor. That could be crucial. Should this go the full 3 minutes and go to the judges, Tantrum will definitely, in my opinion, need to turn this fight around, and fast, because Cowtools at the moment is putting on absolute clinic, and they've ripped another wheel off, dissecting Tantrum, and that could be absolutely critical. Look at this. This is an absolute masterclass in how to fight Tantrum, the reigning champions, on the ropes. And they've got 6 seconds really to turn this fight around because, in my opinion, it is one-way traffic and it is going to go to time right now. Cowtools spin into light because they know they could have pulled off a massive upset here. What on earth have we just witnessed here? The reigning champions, Tantrum, I think, losing to a novice, because Cowtools here was superb. They were able to cause damage all over the place. They broke the weapon chain off of Tantrum. Okay, yes, they were pushed into that corner there, but once they escaped, it was one-way traffic. The wheel broken off the back of Tantrum there. Cowtools and Mini Milk once again working seamlessly as a team, and this here was the final nail in the coffin for Tantrum.
And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Cowtools. And the last champion has fallen as Cowtools ensures a rookie will be in the final, and my best laid plans lie tattered in the nearby river. Shatar are now the only competition winner, saving this whole mini-series from embarrassment, but they've got stiff opposition between them and the final. These two fought in the quarter-finals last year when Shatar did its best to smother Orby. However, one small driving error was enough to let the Korean bot snipe a track before taking out the other to finish the job. With a spot in the final on the line, let's see who will be making it through.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, look at this then. We are all the way here in the LEGO Wars Champions semi-final. And we have a grand total of, well, one champion left, but not any of the champions of the main competition. It's a All-Stars champion crowned only a few weeks ago, and that is Shatar, who is currently on the backward step here against Orby Blade with that ferocious horizontal spinner. I suppose Shatar does come into this now as probably the favourite, as they are the only robot left in this competition with any silverware left, although at the moment, as I said, Orby Blade has been pretty formidable. They are ranked extremely highly for the next series of LEGO Wars. They have smashed in the front plate there of Shatterstar, who eventually gets the pit down after 3 attempts, but they are behind on points here, and it has to be said, Orby Blade are the ones in the ascendancy. They have been superb tonight, and they are continuing to dismantle Shatterstar's wedge. Look at that, it's just been split in 3 almost, and there it goes! Part of that wedge snapped away and the whole thing has come off. We have never seen Shatterstar damage like this, and Orby Blade is absolutely cruising at the moment, on course for a very, very famous and deserved victory. Shatterstar need to make a comeback and quick, but that weapon of Orby Blade is ferocious and has swiped away more of that wedge. They are cleaving the wedge off. Look of Shatterstar. Orby Blade has stopped still though. Orby Blade, are they okay? Surely not. They are absolutely cruising to victory here, but Shatterstar, has Orby Blade just absolutely killed itself? It has! The counter is going in the corner. Shatterstar is going to grab victory from the jaws of defeat. Oh, what a shame for Orby Blade, and what a turn-up. Shatterstar will be doing the pools, doing the lottery, everything tonight, because they have beaten Orby Blade against the run of play here. What a result for Shatterstar. Through they go to the final. It was all one-way traffic for Orby Blade in this fight, but Shatterstar held on and managed to grab victory, as I said, from the jaws of defeat. Orby Blade's weapon, whenever it came into contact with Shatterstar's armour, it was causing some absolute devastation, swiping away the forks, splitting the front wedge, ripping it off clean here. But as the fight went on, Shatterstar kept going to their credit, and there, look, Orby Blade just shut down dead.
Orby snatches defeat from the jaws of victory as that dodgy battery rears its head once more, meaning Shatterstar will take a second grand final in our specials if we can get the robot repaired in time. While they get said repairs done, let's move on to the second semi-final as Brick Asley will take on Cowtles.
Oh god, I've disconnected it, stop. I'm on the edge.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
I hope your prediction cards in the comments are going well, because mine is in the bin and shredded up, because I have had no idea who's won any of these fights so far. I've been dumbfounded by the results tonight, and immediately Brick Asley in underneath Cowtles. Who would have thought this, by the way, would be a semi-final of the final of LEGO Wars Champions? Brick Asley, okay, respected on the live scene, very, very effective and good, but you know, unproven in LEGO Wars, taking on a brand new robot Cowtles with that horizontal spinner. Brick Asley mistimes a flip. Self-rights though. Never going to give you up, they say. Never going to let you down. And so far they haven't. They've been brilliant, but mistiming a couple of flips here against Cowtles. And Cowtles tried to capitalise there. Mini-Milk pinning Brick Asley, but turned over by Brick Asley. That's a good attack there from the flipper. Brick Asley stands guard and stands off as Cowtles spins in the centre of the arena. Cowtles, for a brand new robot, have been so effective so far to make it all this way, but Brick Asley, a bit more of a seasoned competitor than against here. Not that they've not fought any seasoned competitors, they've had to fight a former champion and the current champion, of course, of LEGO Wars to get to this stage, but Brick Asley probably a little bit more effective than most of its opponents, you have to say, and so far Brick Asley, I'd say, probably just about on top. Good flip again there from the Brick Asley flipper, who has come into LEGO Wars and proven it is absolutely made of the right stuff. We want to see it doing well in this competition and the main series later on. Brick Asley stands off and flicks Cowtles up against the arena wall, almost out of the arena. Can they get them out? Mini-Milk comes in to try and help its friend. Brick Asley levering Cowtles towards the gap in the arena and have pinned them there. The wheels aren't touching the ground. Mini-Milk will try and rescue their buddy, and they've successfully done so almost, not quite. The wheels still aren't touching the floor. Can Mini-Milk get them away? Yes, they can. Good teamwork there from the cluster bots. But so far, I'd say Brick Asley's probably on top and is currently cruising to a final showdown with Shatterstar. But who can join them? It has been a topsy-turvy episode of LEGO Wars, it has to be said. At no point tonight have I had any idea of who is going to take home the latest bit of silverware in the competition, and the pit button has been pressed by Cow Tools, and down it goes. Surely not another twist in the tail here. Mini Milk is right in underneath Brick Asley. Can it force them back towards the pit? It's trying its best. Brick Asley stuck against the wall. Cow Tools has them pinned there. Mini Milk has them pinned there as well. But Brick Asley does get away. Just about, but almost towards the pit. Doesn't go down though. We are going to go to time at the moment with 6 seconds left on the clock, and there is a massive change. We are going to go to the judge's decision, and I think we are here between Brick Asley and Cow Tools. What a fight! Almost got it in the end there, Brick Asley, but mistimed the flip. Over to our judges. Well, for 2 new robots to LEGO Wars, these two absolutely gave it everything to fight Shatterstar in the final tonight. Initially, I think poor control from Brick Asley, but that turned here as Cow Tools themselves were turned over. Cow Tools and Mini Milk did work well as a team, but mostly in a defensive capacity. We didn't really see much damage to Brick Asley, although this at the end here from Mini Milk was very good control, pinning Brick Asley against the wall. Brick Asley almost capitalised right at the end.
And the winner, by unanimous decision, is Brick Asley. As Cow Tools is tossed aside, we're left with our final. It's been a wild ride that's made this announcer question the meaning of this special, since none of the champs actually made it to the final, but nevertheless we have a backup champion in recent All-Stars winner Shatterstar facing live team machine Brick Asley. Both have fought hard to get here and will be a worthy winner, but only one of them can take the title, so let's find out who's taking the trophy.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
So all of the fighting over the last 5 weeks has come down to this moment. Shatterstar, the All-Stars champion, against Brick Asley, the newcomer to LEGO Wars, but the seasoned live event competitor. And it has to be said, these two have been the standout robots in this competition, and it bodes extremely well for their chances come LEGO Wars Series 5, whenever that rolls around. But at the moment, rolling around the arena is Brick Asley, currently being pursued by Shatterstar, who, quite honestly, they must be counting their lucky stars that they're in this stage, because Orby Blade was tearing them apart, but they have so far taken advantage of their almost second chance at life as they take on Brick Asley. Brick Asley has not been able to get in underneath at the front. There's this brilliant stuff and great control by Shatterstar, not giving Brick Asley a chance to get in underneath and turn it over like it did to Sweepy, of course, in the final of its qualifying heat. But can either of these two get a decisive knockout blow on the other? Brick Asley mistimes its flip and turns itself over and is pinned itself in the corner. Can it right itself? Yes, it can. Shatterstar goes for the pit. They feel confident they've got the traction and the pushing power to win this fight in that fashion. Shatterstar's axe comes down and hits it on the top of Brick Asley. Brilliant stuff so far. Good tense control fight. Mistime flip there by Brick Asley, but reverses and resets. There goes the axe again of Shatterstar into the gubs of Brick Asley, into the very inner workings of the flipper. Has any damage been caused? Good flip there again by Brick Asley. Doesn't actually get any purchase on Shatterstar though, doesn't flick it over. That could cost them. Shatterstar is the one pursuing, is the one chasing and harassing Brick Asley, but Brick Asley is trying to manoeuvre itself to a position like that where it can get in underneath. That was the first sort of meaningful flip from Brick Asley in this final. It has to be said, they haven't really been able to get in underneath so far. Mistime flip again there. Brick Asley skids away, but they can't get round that extremely wide front of Shatterstar. Good flip, and over goes Shatterstar. Great flip, one opportunity was all it took. And Brick Asley has turned Shatterstar on its head, and I think turned the final on its head, because Shatterstar cannot right itself from that position. Brick Asley with a big heave-ho towards the pit, and down. Brick Asley is your LEGO Wars champion winner. The newcomer has come good here. The live event specialist has done it. In a competition full of upsets, we really should have seen this coming. Shatterstar was on top for the majority of the fight until it wasn't. Shatterstar was the one pressuring and bullying Brick Asley early on. Brick Asley mistime flip after mistime flip, signalling their intent but never really getting an opportunity to work with their opponent. But a big flip here to get it onto its back was all it took for Brick Asley. Turned it around and dumped them down the pit.
Congratulations to Brick Asley, our LEGO Wars Champions winner. That great final brings a close to this mini-series, but we'll be back soon with the special that started it all. The 5th LEGO Wars International special will be on your screens very soon, so make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be kept up to date. For now though, I've been your host David and Smeg, and we'll see you in the next special. Call yourselves champions? You should all be ashamed of yourself for that shambolic defence. You all better buck up your ideas in international or it's off to the same void Pain and Napalm were banished to. Honestly, I don't know. None of them could even hear near.